Hello. Happy Monday, 25th of September. Alvin Jennings here with your channeled energies of the week so that you have an idea of what the overall energies are going to be so you can navigate them, avoid them. You can't really avoid them, but you can navigate them and perhaps understand why things are a certain way. So, yes, I hope you're well. I hope you had a good weekend. It was a beautiful equinox weekend, and I could certainly feel the changes, and hope you could too. The energies are this week are pretty high. We have a full moon coming in, 28th, 29th, sort of through the early hours, if you like, of September, and it's in Aries. So Aries is all about fire and action and can be a bit wild. So that's shaking things up. It's also the first sign in the zodiac, in the zodiac chart. So it can often mean new beginnings as well. So there's a lot. I feel like there's quite a lot of people going through stages of perhaps renewing their life, which sounds a bit strange, but like things are really changing for them. New jobs, new directions, new relationships, or just simply ending those that are existing, ready for the new. So it does actually feel quite dramatic. Not necessarily all taking place this week, and I feel that maybe for some of you that's already happened, or you know it's happening. So kind of like a big shake-up, if you like. And for those of us on a spiritual path that, work very closely with our intuition and our guides, I feel like a lot of us have been going through a changing of the guard. So I know I have, which is basically when your spirit guides and your angels decide to rotate. So I've had some new guides coming in. Doesn't mean my old guides have disappeared, but they've made room for the new ones. And even though that's a good thing, it's kind of not familiar. So energies are a bit like that this week. So just, if you're feeling it, just know it, and don't be frightened of it, and just go with the flow, I guess. Yeah, but it does feel. Today feels a little bit topsy-turvy, and I just feel like the rest of the week's going to be a bit like that as well. But for a lot of us, it's actually a good thing. Well, for most of us, it's a good thing because it's things that have needed to change for a while. Okay, so let's go in and see what else my guides have to add to that. Hello everybody, it's a pleasure to be here with you at the end of September, really. Next time we speak to you it will be October. So yes, you've just had the equinox energies. Well, they're still around, so they always change things up because it is all about change, of course. And in the Northern Hemisphere, where most of you are from, that's the autumn period, and it's really a period of letting go and reflection and renewal. But even in the Southern Hemisphere, it's about new beginnings. So, the biggest sort of energy influence this week is the full moon, as Owen's already mentioned, and that's in Aries, which is quite a fiery sign. Can be quite wild in its behavior. Real go-getters, very ambitious Aryan people normally, but also sometimes, as it's the first sign in the zodiac chart, they can be a little bit, they're not as cautious as other signs, so they just go for it. So just be aware of that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good energy. It's a good, happy energy almost, just going for things and changing things up. So there's a lot of fire energy around and incoming this week, which will help you burn away the old and step into the new. There's also a feeling here that some of you have been feeling stuck, maybe financially, Maybe if there's you in businesses, especially spiritual ones or entrepreneurial, heart-led ones, have been feeling a bit stagnant and stuck. Um, and it's a lot of that is because you don't feel entitled to receive. There's a lot of self-worth issues coming up this week. Do you feel that you um, are worth abundance, however you view abundance? Um, and this is not just in businesses, this is generally. There's a little bit of feeling a bit victim mode. And we don't mean that horribly, just, why can't I do this? Why aren't I able to create this amount of wealth, for example? Why aren't I able to create this amount of abundance? When in actual fact, it's because you've closed things down slightly. So you've closed your ability to receive down because you've gone into a slight state of negativity. So what we would suggest is you really work on being super positive this week, even if that's hard. So if you're feeling negative, what is the positive? Can you spin it? Can you turn things into the positive? Can you look at things that you do have and feel positive about those rather than looking at what you don't have, right? Because as the week goes on, there is definitely a change in the air, and there's more feeling like you're getting somewhere, like the seeds that you've sown are starting to flourish. There's a lot of spiritual and material satisfaction coming in. So it could just be you're very close, and sometimes when you're very close to breaking through, it feels harder and you almost feel more stuck. But it actually can be that you are so close you can't see it. So trust that it is coming. Please try not to go into this negativity, perhaps feeling sorry for yourself mode, shall we call it, and just know that good things are happening. And this whole year really has been about clearing the decks, really about letting go, like truly letting go, and letting go of beliefs as well. Okay, so how can you improve your self-worth this week? What actions could you take? Because the Aries moon likes action takers. What actions can you take to make you feel a bit more worthy? Could you indulge yourself in a bit more self-care? Could you start to write some positive affirmations about yourself? Could you start speaking them out loud? Could you really start to embody and believe them? So it's really one of those weeks where you pick yourself up, dust yourself down, because you have been through a lot, but pick yourselves up, dust yourselves down, and start to believe in yourselves. You are incredible beings of light. And the reason you listen to us is because you want to know the truth, and we will always tell you the truth. Okay? So please be aware of that you are more than good enough and more than capable of creating the change that you wish to seek in the world. And of course, to do that, you have to start with yourself. So what little action steps can you take this week? They don't have to be big. It could be just doing something each day which makes you feel worthy. Putting on your crowns, maybe. And really starting to believe in your own abilities, because you have this, okay? And maybe that's the biggest thing you need to let go of this week: self-doubt, lack of self-worth, and start really believing in yourselves. All right? So enjoy this week, make the most of it. Ready for October, which is coming up very fast. And just allowing yourself to really feel into that fire energy of clearance, but also really grabbing onto your self-belief and trusting. All right, we hope that makes sense. Okay, so I hope that made some sort of sense to you. Yeah, it is all about taking steps to make ourselves feel like we're not entitled, because I don't really like that word, but that we're deserving, that we're entitled to receive as well as to give. Yeah, because it's all there for us. It's just a question of not getting in our own way. That's a familiar state of being for me. I don't know about you guys. And don't forget, I've got those amazing evenings coming up starting in October, which will really help you to heal and release and get ready for 2024. And I've also got my new mastermind group, which will help you with your soul-led business as well. So take a look at those. And if you need any other help or guidance, then do get in touch and we can always work out how I might be able to help you. All right, so take care, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching the replay and have a really good week.